Welcome back to Nature Cures.
Always great to be back.
Today we're diving deep into something I know a lot of you have been curious about.
Mm-hmm.
Natural ways to deal with alcoholism.
Okay.
We've got a lot of interesting material to go through.
Yes.
Combining medical knowledge with more traditional wisdom.
It's definitely a topic that needs attention.
For sure.
You know, the World Health Organization
Okay.
actually classified alcoholism as one of the deadliest diseases of the 20th century.
Wow, deadliest diseases.
Yeah.
That's pretty serious. I mean, I think we all know that alcoholism is a problem,
Right.
but to put it in that category is really eye-opening.
Yeah. And it's not just about the person who's struggling, you know,
Right,
though that's tragic enough in itself.
right, of course.
Alcoholism has a huge impact on families, communities.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a ripple effect that contributes to poverty, crime, you name it.
It's easy to forget that bigger picture when you're bombarded with all those, happy hour ads or fancy wines, right?
Yeah.
It's like we're told that alcohol is just this normal part of life.
Right. And that's where things get a little tricky. Because despite what some people might think,
Yeah.
alcohol is not actually natural.
Well,
It's a byproduct of decomposition,
okay.
essentially a poison.
Hmm.
So that ethyl alcohol,
Right.
stuff that gets you drunk,
Yeah.
that's a toxic drug that goes straight to your brain and nervous system.
So hold on. So it's not like food that gets broken down and gives you nutrients.
Not at all. It completely bypasses digestion and goes directly into your bloodstream.
Oh.
That's why it hits your liver so hard. You know your liver's trying to filter all that stuff out.
Right, right.
And it's not just your liver, it affects your whole body, even your brain cells.
This makes me think about those kind of subtle signs you might see in people, even if they're not like full-blown alcoholics.
Right.
Have you ever noticed those people with a puffy face,
Yeah.
bloodshot eyes,
Yeah.
their voice is always hoarse? Maybe they're a little bit more irritable.
Exactly. Those are the early warning signs.
Right.
And they shouldn't be ignored.
Oh, for sure.
Because then you have the more serious symptoms like vomiting, feeling confused or delirious,
Yeah.
having trouble sleeping.
Oh, wow.
Alcoholism really does a number on your whole system.
And this is where that vicious cycle kicks in, right?
Yeah.
Someone who's drinking a lot, they're probably not eating well either.
Right.
So they're missing out on all those important vitamins and minerals.
Absolutely. And even the few nutrients they do manage to consume end up getting burned up by the body as it's trying to process all that alcohol.
Wow.
So the resulting vitamin deficiency can be really scary. You know, we're talking tremors, convulsions, memory problems,
Really?
even premature gray hair.
Wow.
It's a real reminder of how powerful a drug alcohol is.
It really puts it into perspective, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
So it kind of highlights the importance of a balanced diet, especially when we're talking about alcoholism.
For sure.
Now, we've talked about vitamins, but what about minerals?
Oh, yeah.
I know you mentioned magnesium deficiency earlier.
Right.
What are some red flags for that?
Well, magnesium is so essential for so many bodily functions. And when it's depleted because of too much alcohol,
Yeah.
you might see tremors in the hands, feet, maybe even the tongue.
Wow.
Mental fog, convulsions, excessive sweating.
Okay.
These can all be signs that your body is struggling without enough magnesium.
So we've got this toxic substance in the system.
Yeah.
Essential nutrients are being depleted, and the body's natural balance is, completely thrown off.
Right.
What kind of long-term damage are we talking about here? Like, paint a picture for us. What happens when alcoholism takes hold?
Well, the constant strain on the liver
Okay.
can lead to something called cirrhosis,
Yeah.
which is basically scarring of the liver tissue.
Right.
Then you've got all sorts of digestive issues that come up, stomach and bowel problems.
Right.
The heart is working overtime to process all that alcohol.
Yeah.
So it weakens and becomes less efficient.
Oh, wow.
And perhaps most concerning is the potential for brain damage.
Yeah.
Because alcohol directly impacts brain cells.
Right. It's like a slow motion attack on every system in the body.
It really is.
It's hard to imagine going through that and not realizing what's happening. But it's important to acknowledge that sometimes this isn't just about willpower.
Oh, absolutely.
Or being weak.
There's definitely a genetic component to addiction.
Okay.
So some people are just more susceptible because of their genes.
I see.
But we also can't discount the psychological factors.
Okay, yeah.
Things like stress, anxiety, past traumas.
Yeah.
These can lead people to use alcohol as a coping mechanism.
Right.
It's a way to numb the pain or escape reality.
Right.
Or even just to self-medicate.
So it's this complex web of biology, psychology, and environment.
It is.
But let's shift gears a little bit and talk about solutions.
Sounds good.
If someone's struggling with alcoholism,
Yes.
what does the path to healing look like? Where do they even begin?
Well, the first step is making a firm decision to quit,
Right.
to commit to sobriety.
Okay.
And this often means going cold turkey.
So no, like, gradual reduction?
No, not really.
Yeah.
No, just one drink.
Wow.
It's about breaking that cycle of dependence
Yeah.
on both a physical and psychological level.
Okay.
And a crucial part of that is rebuilding the body's nutritional integrity.
So giving the body the tools it needs to repair itself.
Exactly.
Which in turn would help reduce those cravings.
Precisely. Because remember, we're dealing with a depleted system.
Right.
It's starved of those essential nutrients.
Yeah.
So by replenishing those, we can make a real difference in managing those cravings.
Okay.
And supporting the body's natural ability to heal.
And one of the most powerful tools in this process seems to be the juice cleanse.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us a bit more about how that works and why it's so beneficial, especially in those early stages of recovery.
Well, a juice fast, particularly one focused on orange juice, can be incredibly effective for that initial detox phase.
I see.
The idea is to have a glass of freshly squeezed orange juice every 2 hours from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m.
Wow.
You can dilute it with warm water if you need to.
Okay.
And if orange juice doesn't agree with you, vegetable juice can be a good substitute.
Right.
The key is to flood the system with easily digestible, vitamin-rich fuel while you're simultaneously cleansing it of toxins.
So it's not about starving the body.
No.
It's about giving it what it needs to reset and rebuild.
Exactly. And to enhance the cleansing process,
Okay.
daily bowel cleansing with a warm water enema is recommended during the fast.
Okay.
So this helps flush out the toxins that are released as the body detoxifies.
I see.
It's about breaking the dependence on alcohol, both physically and psychologically.
10 days of juice cleansing might sound like a challenge. But if it helps break that initial hold alcohol has, it seems worth it.
It can be.
What happens after those 10 days? What does the path to long-term recovery look like in terms of diet?
Well, after the initial cleanse, the focus shifts to adopting a diet that nourishes the body and helps reduce cravings.
Right.
So this means emphasizing whole grains, cereals, nuts, seeds, sprouts, fresh fruits and vegetables.
So essentially, a whole foods plant-based approach.
You got it.
We're talking about giving the body the building blocks for a healthy mind to body.
Yeah.
And that helps prevent those really intense cravings.
It does.
That can derail recovery.
Exactly. It's all about providing your body the support it needs to heal and thrive naturally.
This is fascinating. It's amazing how connected our diet and those cravings are. But it's not just about what we eat, right?
No.
There are other natural allies in this fight against alcoholism.
Absolutely.
And some of them might surprise you.
They might. Nature offers some unexpected heroes. For example, apples are incredibly valuable in reducing intoxication and lessening the desire for alcohol. And celery juice is another powerful ally.
Interesting.
It's known for its sobering effects and its ability to act as an antidote to alcohol.
Wait, apples and celery juice?
Yep.
That's amazing. And I never would have guessed those everyday foods could play such a significant role.
It's pretty remarkable.
What's the science behind this?
Well, apples are rich in fiber and pectin, which helps to flush toxins, including alcohol, from the body. So this helps to reduce those intoxicating effects and supports the body's natural detoxification process. Celery juice, on the other hand, has a calming effect on the nervous system,
I see.
which helps reduce anxiety and stress, which we know are often triggers for alcohol cravings.
Right. Sounds like a holistic approach.
It is.
You know, cleansing, calming, and nourishing the body to help it recover.
Yeah.
But what about the role of rest and exercise in this journey?
Oh, they're both essential for overall well-being,
Okay.
especially for someone recovering from alcoholism.
Yeah?
Exercise in particular is incredibly beneficial.
Okay.
It helps improve the appetite center,
Right.
which can reduce cravings.
Okay.
And it releases endorphins,
Oh, yeah.
those feel-good chemicals that naturally elevate mood and combat depression,
Yeah.
which is often a factor in alcohol abuse.
We're talking about a natural mood boost.
Right.
That can help break that cycle of depending on alcohol
Exactly.
for emotional regulation.
Yeah.
That's powerful. What about specific types of exercise?
Well, yoga,
Yep.
with its focus on breath work, mindfulness, and physical postures,
Yeah.
can be incredibly beneficial
Hmm.
for overall health and well-being.
Right.
Specific asanas or postures like Padmasana,
Okay.
which is the lotus pose,
Right.
can help improve digestion and reduce stress.
I see.
And yogic kriyas,
Yeah.
which are cleansing techniques like jalneti, which
Okay.
is nasal irrigation with salt water,
Right.
can purify the body and calm the mind.
Hmm.
So combined with a healthy diet and lifestyle,
Yeah.
these practices offer a powerful foundation for lasting recovery.
I love how we're layering these different natural approaches.
Mm-hmm.
Each one kind of building upon the other
Right.
to create this comprehensive healing strategy.
Yeah.
And let's not forget about one of nature's simplest
Right.
yet most potent remedies, water.
Absolutely. Water is crucial for life.
For sure.
And it plays a vital role in detoxification.
Okay.
Drinking plenty of water helps flush out toxins,
Right.
including alcohol, from the body.
Right.
And it's not just about drinking water.
Oh, okay.
External applications like hot fomentations on the stomach and abdomen,
Okay.
along with wet girdle packs, can be very helpful in supporting the body's natural healing processes.
It's like giving our bodies this gentle push in the right direction.
It is.
Providing them the support and resources they need to heal and thrive.
Exactly.
It's about working with nature, not against it.
I agree.
But we're just getting started.
Yeah.
There's so much more to explore in our deep dive on natural approaches to alcoholism.
Absolutely. Stay tuned, folks, because in our next segment,
Okay.
we'll delve deeper into some practical tips
Yeah.
and surprising natural allies that can make a real difference in the journey to recovery.
Awesome. Can't wait.
Looking forward to it. And sometimes the simplest things are the most effective.
Right. Now, we've talked a lot about the physical aspects of alcoholism and recovery.
Yeah.
But I think it's important to address the mental and emotional side as well.
Oh, absolutely.
Addiction often stems from those deeper issues like stress, anxiety, past trauma.
For sure. And that's where practices like yoga and meditation can be so valuable.
Right.
They provide tools for managing stress, calming the mind, developing a sense of inner peace.
Can you talk a little bit more about how those practices actually help someone who's struggling with alcohol addiction?
Well, imagine someone who's used to reaching for a drink every time they feel stressed or anxious.
Right.
Yoga and meditation offer alternative coping mechanisms.
Okay.
They teach you to become aware of your thoughts and emotions without judgment and to respond to them in healthy ways rather than numbing them with alcohol.
So it's about retraining the mind.
Exactly.
Breaking those automatic responses and developing healthier habits.
You got it. It's about creating new neural pathways, so to speak.
Interesting.
And the beauty of these practices is that they not only help manage stress and anxiety, but they also promote overall well-being.
Okay.
They foster a sense of connection and purpose that can be incredibly powerful in recovery.
That makes a lot of sense. It's not just about stopping the drinking. It's about addressing those underlying issues.
Yeah.
And finding healthier ways to cope with life's challenges.
Exactly. And it's important to remember that recovery is a journey.
Right.
Not a destination.
Yeah.
There will be ups and downs.
For sure.
And it's crucial to have a support system in place.
Speaking of support,
Okay.
what role do you think community plays in overcoming alcoholism?
Community support is absolutely essential.
Okay.
It provides a sense of belonging, understanding, and accountability.
Right.
It's about connecting with others who've walked a similar path,
Yeah.
sharing experiences, offering encouragement.
That makes me think of those 12-step programs like Alcoholics Anonymous. They've helped countless people find sobriety and support each other through recovery.
Yeah. Those programs can be incredibly valuable.
Right.
They offer a structured framework for recovery,
Okay.
a safe space to share, and that sense of community that can be so powerful.
Absolutely.
And it's not just about formal programs. Right. Simply having supportive friends and family who understand the journey can make a world of difference.
So we've got this multifaceted approach taking shape here. Nourishing the body with healthy food.
Yeah.
Cleansing with natural remedies.
Right.
Addressing the mental and emotional aspects through things like yoga and meditation.
Absolutely.
And seeking support from community.
It's a holistic approach.
It's like a holistic tapestry woven together with these natural threads.
That's a beautiful way to put it. It's about recognizing that we're not just physical beings, but also emotional and spiritual beings.
Right.
And true healing requires addressing all aspects of our being.
It's about finding that balance,
Exactly.
that harmony within ourselves and with the natural world.
Exactly. And as we continue to explore the power of nature's cures, we'll delve deeper into some specific tips and strategies that can help support this holistic approach to recovery. So stay with us. We'll be right back after a short break.
Welcome back to Nature Cures. We've been having such a great conversation about natural approaches to dealing with alcoholism, and it's become pretty clear that there's no magic bullet, right?
No, not at all.
It's really a journey that needs us to think about the physical, the emotional, and even the social aspects of this really complex challenge.
You're absolutely right. It's recognizing that everyone's path to recovery is different.
Yeah.
What works for one person might not work for another.
That makes me think about personalization. Not just in terms of like diet and lifestyle,
right,
but also in terms of seeking out support.
Yeah.
That really clicks with each person's needs.
Absolutely. Some people find comfort in group settings like AA.
Yeah.
While others prefer individual therapy.
Right.
Or maybe working with a holistic health practitioner.
Okay.
The key is finding what feels right for you.
Right. Yeah.
What empowers you to take charge of your own recovery.
And speaking of empowerment, what advice would you give to someone who's just starting out on this path?
Okay.
What are some practical steps they can take to begin healing?
Well, I think the very first step is acknowledging there's a problem.
Okay.
And that you actually want to change.
Yeah.
That might sound simple, but it's often the most difficult part.
For sure.
From there, it's about reaching out for support, whether that's a therapist, a support group, or just trusted friends and family.
And in terms of those everyday choices, what are some things someone can do to support their body in healing?
There are a lot of simple but powerful things you can do.
Okay.
Start by adding more whole foods to your diet.
Right.
Fruits, vegetables, whole grains, nuts, and seeds.
Okay.
These give your body the nutrients it needs to repair and rebuild.
We talked about juice cleansing earlier.
Yeah.
Is that something you'd recommend for everyone?
It can be a great way to jumpstart detoxification.
Okay.
But it's not for everyone. It's always best to check with a healthcare professional before you try any kind of cleanse.
Yeah, that's good advice.
Especially if you have any other health conditions going on.
What about those cravings?
Oh, yeah.
They can be so intense, especially early on in recovery.
They can be.
What are your tips for navigating those moments?
One strategy is to have some healthy snacks ready.
Okay.
When that craving hits, you reach for a glass of juice, a piece of fruit, or a handful of nuts instead of that drink.
Right.
Another thing you can do is identify your triggers.
Yeah.
And try to avoid them, at least in the beginning.
So if you know certain places, certain people, certain activities tend to make you crave alcohol?
Right, exactly.
Steer clear.
Exactly.
And what about the role of exercise?
Oh, exercise is a game changer.
Yeah.
Not only does it improve your physical health,
Right.
but it releases those endorphins.
Yeah.
Those feel-good chemicals that combat depression and anxiety.
Right.
And it doesn't have to be intense. Even a brisk walk, some gardening, or a dance class can make a huge difference.
So just finding movement you enjoy, something that makes you feel good.
Yeah. Something that helps you connect with your body in a positive way.
And don't forget about the power of just being in nature.
Oh, for sure.
Getting some fresh air, connecting with the natural world. Those can be incredibly restorative.
Absolutely.
This has been such a great conversation. It's clear that healing from alcoholism is this multifaceted journey.
It is.
And it needs us to focus on the body, the mind, and the spirit.
Right.
It's definitely best done with support, too. Whether that's from loved ones, a therapist, support group, or all of the above.
Exactly.
Thank you so much for sharing your expertise.
Oh, it's been a pleasure.
This has been really inspiring.
I'm glad to hear that.
And to all our listeners out there, remember, you're not alone on this journey.
Yeah.
There's hope, there's help, and there's healing available to you. Well, that wraps up our deep dive on natural approaches to alcoholism. We hope you found it informative and empowering. Join us next time for another deep dive into the world of natural health and wellness. Until then, take care.